Hello, buddy, and welcome to a tropical update here. You can see a tropical storm Laura and a Caribbean here on your screen there, and then to the west of that or to the left of that, you can see what is now down to tropical storm Marco now after peaking as a 75 mile per hour Category 1 hurricane. Marco forecast to make landfall pretty soon here, and I'll go into detail a little bit later on that. And in the Eastern Pacific here, we have two areas of interest here. One right about where my mouse cursor is, and then another one just off the coast of Mexico here. Both of them have a 70% chance of formation to the next 48 hours into at least a tropical depressive strength storm or higher, and then a 90% chance of formation into at least a tropical depressive strength storm or higher within the next 5 days. And you can see that on their graphic here, what I mean there. And you can stop the video right now and read that. I'm not going to read the entire thing. And there's for number 2 there. So just something interesting to watch here. And then also quickly, I just want to mention there's a typhoon currently going on in the West Pacific right now. Of all things, it's been really quiet the past few months here, pretty much for the most part. But now typhoon currently going on here. Typhoon Bavi currently has 70 knot winds, which is about 80 miles per hour. Forecast to peak as a 100 knot system, which is a system of about 115 miles per hour, so about a Category 3 hurricane wise here. Forecast to affect the Koreas here. So if you have any interests or any friends or family in the Koreas here, just make sure that they're aware of this storm. And then even in Russia, I think too. Oh no, that's not even Russia. That's China there. That may get affected by this storm down the line here. So just something interesting to watch here with time in the West Pacific Basin. And here's the satellite imagery for that storm. Looking decent on satellite imagery here. Trying to form out its eye feature there, but not quite pronounced there, really, on satellites right now. Radar is a little bit too far away, last I saw, to be able to see really anything on there. So, yep, that's West Pacific right there. And then to get into the meat of everything here, the meat and potatoes of all this here, you can see Tropical Storm Laura here in the Caribbean right now, and you can see what it's currently doing, firing off some deep convection just south of the actual center of circulation. The actual center of circulation is just to the south of Cuba here from what the National Hurricane Center believe. They're not able to fly recon into this because, of course, the storm went over land here and is really close to the coastline, so it would be pretty much worthless to fly recon into it at this point in time, at least. In a few hours from now, though, it'll be beneficial to fly a recon into it once it gets away from Cuba here, and they don't have to go over land to be able to sample the storm, because they're not able to do that, unfortunately, due to safety reasons. So here is a tropical storm right there. As you can see, convection firing off, like I said, to the south where the center of circulation is, and it'll be interesting to note if the center of circulation, if it's right there, goes and dips more to the south here with time due to that deep convection or not, and or if it tries to form a new center of circulation down in there. It'll be really interesting to see. Overall, a pretty good looking storm for the fact that it went over the island of Hispaniola last night. So a pretty good looking storm. The fact that it was able to survive all that. So this is a really decent and potent looking storm on satellite here. And here's a look at Tropical Storm Marco on satellite imagery here. Again, a 70 mile per hour high end tropical storm. Forecast to maintain its intensity by the National Hurricane Center for about the next 24 hours or so before it makes landfall and rapidly weakens, from what the National Hurricane Center believe what happen to Marco here. And you can see it's bursting new convection near the center here. Hard to tell if this is actually over the center, if it's just off center of the center, and this is just being sphered, and this is off center, so you would see a naked circulation here there. So it'll be interesting to see what visible sees tomorrow morning when the sun rises back over the Gulf of Mexico, to see if there's actually a exposed rotation there, or if it's actually still over that deep convection that just fired over right there. And let's go ahead and look at Tropical Storm Laura while we're at it here. This is the key messages for Tropical Storm Laura in Spanish. And so you can stop the video right now and read that if you want to. And then here's in English. And again, you can stop the video right now and read that if you want to. Going on to the forecast track for Tropical Storm Laura. You can see the track is shifted a little bit more to the east again. I think with this storm, the track is going to be shifting back and forth east and west here because this is a really uncertain track in terms of forecast track and intensity wise. Really uncertain storm. So I don't blame the National Hurricane Center for flopping back and forth between east and west solutions here with the eventual track of this system. But fortunately, hopefully, at least, hopefully at least they should be able to get into better agreement as we head on to Tuesday here as the storm enters the Gulf of Mexico from what the National Hurricane Center see. You can see they have tropical storm warnings in effect for all of Cuba, parts of the Cayman Islands here, parts of looks like Dry Tortugas and the Keys and Florida Keys there, and a tropical storm watch is in effect for uh, the rest of the Florida Keys by the looks of it there. So an interesting situation here, and you can see as of this latest update, as of 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time update, advisory 17 center is currently located at 20.1 degrees north, 76.6 degrees west, with maximum sustained 1-minute winds at 65 miles per hour. Moving to the west northwest at 21 miles per hour, as of this latest update here from the National Hurricane Center. And again, make sure you read this top part of the graphic here. Just because you're not in a cone of uncertainty does not mean you can't see conditions from this storm here. It's a big thing you're probably going to see here with this storm, depending on how big it gets when it gets into the Gulf of Mexico. We'll see here. But right now they have the center going over, looks like maybe just to the east of Lake Charles here, Louisiana, I want to say. I'm not really too good with the cities in Louisiana, just really New Orleans. So I could be wrong here, but I believe it's just to the east of Lake Charles, Louisiana, there where the center line of this cone is. And they forecast Laurel to make landfall as a uh, well, not landfall, but be near the coast, I should say, as a 105 Category 2 mile per hour Category 2 hurricane here later on in about 72 hours from now, as of this latest update, as you can see here. And I can read the entire forecast discussion right here. I'm not going to read the entire thing, of course, so it would take me like probably half the hour to read this entire thing out, plus Marco. So you can go ahead and stop the video right now and read that if you want to. And then again, the forecast intensity right here and locations there below. So there you go. And then here's Tropical Storm Marco, the key messages for Tropical Storm Marco in Spanish. And you can stop the video right now if you want to read that. And then here's English for Tropical Storm Marco for the key messages. And again, you can stop the video right now and read all that and get that information if you want to. Here's the latest forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center as of the 10 p.m. Central Standard Time Advisory 15 from August 23rd, 2020. The center is currently located at 26.8 degrees north, 87.6 degrees west, with maximum sustained 1-minute winds at 70 miles per hour. Here, moving to the northwest at 12 miles per hour. And there's also, you can see on this track, they have it either skirting or coming really close to land, to not making landfall here of this latest forecast come from National Hurricane Center. Here you can see that better with this line. So it'll be interesting to see if it goes more north of forecast or more south of forecast. Going off of satellite imagery alone, to me at least, and I'm not a professional meteorologist by any means, it's just a hobby of mine. It looks to be deviating a little bit more north than forecast, this tropical storm. Needless to say, there appears to be a tropical storm warning in effect for all of the coastal Louisiana here, and hurricane watch in effect for the lake there. And then hurricane warning is in effect for the southeast coast of Louisiana there. And then tropical storm warnings in effect for all of the Mississippi coastline. And then a tropical storm watch in effect for western part of the coastal part of Alabama, right there. So it's interesting to note there. Just going through all my slides here. Here's the forecast ensemble models for Tropical Storm Marco as of 0 UTC, August 24th. And you can see they're in a decent agreement for about the next 24 hours or so. And then after that, as you can see, they spread out like mad here. Some of it have it just going northwest after landfall here, just through all the states here inland. Some of them have it hugging or perhaps just making landfall and just hugging really close to the coastline or just being really close to going back out to sea on the Louisiana and Texas coastline here as it starts to weaken over time here due to Hurricane Laura. What would be Hurricane Laura at that time frame? I should say for clarification. So the models are not really in good agreement at this point in time for what Tropical Storm Marco is going to do here. And again, like I said, don't just look at one of these model runs and take it as gospel here and what the storm's going to do and where it's going to be. Just because you see this on one run of the models here doesn't mean it's 100% going to happen. We've seen that many times this year and past seasons, and even with Tropical Storm Laura, we've seen that many times before. In Marco, we've seen that happen before. So you could easily see this model shift more east with the next run, or shift more west with the next one, or more south, or more north, etc. with the next runs. And then same goes for Tropical Storm Laura here as of the, again, 0 UTC August 24th, 2020 model runs. For the most part, they're in fairly good agreement for about the next 24 to 48 hours. And after that time, they start to become really widespread here. And most of them have it making landfall. Somewhere in the Louisiana coastline, and there's a few of them that have it making landfall. It looks like on the Texas-Louisiana border here. And again, don't just look at these one model runs, or just don't look at one model run and take it as gospel. Don't look at just one individual model, or these cluster models here, and take it as gospel that it's going to 100% happen here. Like I said, the models have been shifting east and west with time here. So it'll be interesting to see what eventually happens with this storm here. Really, again, with this situation with this storm, it's really uncertain in terms of landfall location and in terms of intensity forecast for this storm. It's a really this storm has been a real headache for the forecasters to the National Hurricane Center here. So let's see, trying to see if I'm missing anything else. Models, satellite imagery. Oh, and here's radar from Tropical Storm Laura when it looks like it went over Cuba there for a short time before going back down south by the looks of it. This is radar from a few hours ago. This isn't radar, recent radar imagery. I should know this is way out of date at this point in time. So just want to stress that way out of date, this radar loop here. But I made this radar loop, and you can see out of the Guantanamo Bay radar, and you can see what the storm's been doing here. It looked pretty good in the last few frames there, and then it eventually went off the radar site, and you weren't able to see it anymore after that. So there's something interesting to see there. Remember to get official information. Look at the National Weather Service for official localized information, and then look at the National Hurricane Center for official information on the tropics here. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the National Weather Service page, and again, to get onto this page, you just type weather.gov, or just type of nws.gov, or just NWS, and it'll probably be the first search result you see. Same goes with the National Hurricane Center. You'll know you're on the correct page when you see all this good information right in front of you. Right here, you'll know you're on the correct page and not some fake website. And the link for it is nhc.noaa.gov. Just type of nhc.noaa, or just type nhc.gov, just nhc, and it'll probably be the first result on whatever search browser or search engine you're using. And again, here you'll know you're on the correct site when you see all this information right in front of you. Same goes with the National Weather Service. You'll know you're on the correct site when you see all this information right here. So say you live in Louisiana here in the path of Marco and Laura here. So this is the local forecast office for New Orleans and Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And you can see they have really good graphics, really useful graphics too for you here. And I can stop the video right now and read this if you want to, the hurricane preparedness checklist. Make sure you're aware of this as well. Really good graphic there. So say you live in New Orleans, click New Orleans to get the latest information off of New Orleans here, and you can get a 5-day graphical forecast right here, and then below that, 7-day text forecast below all this here, detailed forecast. You can also get an hourly forecast as well here, so you can plan your day out in advance here, hour by hour, and plan out what's going to go on in your area. And to get an accurate location, you could put in your zip code here, or your city that you live in or near in. To get localized information, you can also move around this map here and click on whatever part of the country you live in, the United States you live in. So I believe that's about it for this update. So hope everybody has a great day and night wherever you guys are. Stay safe, of course. Make sure to follow your local officials, National Hurricane Center, and National Weather Service for the latest official information on these storms over time here. And just hope everybody has a great day and night wherever you guys are. Stay safe. The links I use, again, National Hurricane Center, National Weather Service, I'll always put them in the description below for you guys to look at and click on if you need to look at them there. I'll put them in the description. If not, if I don't put them if I don't put them on any one of these videos, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll make sure to put them down, because sometimes I forget to put it on there when the video is rendering. So the two sites that I like using for official information, or that you need to use actually for official information, is National Weather Service and National Weather Service. What I mean is for satellite imagery, I like to use Tropical Tidbits right here that you see in front of your screen, and then also for closer up views, I like using Cyclonic Wix, which is run by Alex Borham. Really great guy. I know he listens to these updates every now and then, so I just want to shout him out. Make sure you check out his website here, and really great guy. I know he watches these videos sometimes, so I just appreciate you for making all this data public for everybody to use, and making Go 16, Go 17, and especially Himori 8 data available for public use here. So big kudos to you, man, if you're watching this video, because I know he watches them sometimes. But anyways, enough of my rambling here. Again, hope everybody has a great day and night. You guys are stay safe, of course. Make sure you listen to your local officials here with time. It's going to be a really busy couple hours and days here, but you're going to get through it as long as you follow your local officials and be prepared. And yeah, enough of my rambling. So hope everybody has a great day and night. Because I stay safe, of course. And till then, see you guys in the next video. Peace.